So if we move on to looking at what information sources you can use, so remember that this is the largest, not the largest, but this is one of your last two assessments that you're doing in your undergraduate degrees, just this in your dissertation now. So we are looking for a really high quality or a high degree of support for your work. So we do want a nice comprehensive list of citations that are used to actually support every part of your discussion and your recommendation. So these would have to be broken down into two major categories as always. So you'd have your academic citations that support your application and your discussion of relevant academic concepts, theories, models, frameworks, and so on, of which we've seen in the previous section of this briefing that there is a wide range of academic concepts, models, and theories that should be applied. So this can be from the textbooks on the reading list. It can be from journal articles which talk about specific aspects of international business, the academic business literature in more detail. But there should be academic citations whenever you invoke a major international business concept, theory, model, framework. So that should be well supported from a variety of high quality citations from the academic literature. But obviously you're not just supporting your work in terms of the academic theories and models which are being applied, but also from a range of high quality information gathered from the real world, and this is going to come from credible non-academic citations. So it could be factual information that you're citing, about the size of the economy of the new market to enter. It could be information about how your company has operated across borders in the past. All of that information, all of the kind of real world information should have high quality, credible non-academic citations there. So this can be drawn from a range of places, but please not from sites like these. So we don't want to use Wikipedia, Investopedia, Business Schools, Dictionary.com. These are the common ones which really don't look good on your report, particularly one of the last two pieces of work you're going to do in your undergraduate degree. So Wikipedia is a fantastic resource for humanity. It's brilliant, a distributed encyclopedia, but it's edited anonymously. You don't know the identity of who is actually editing it, and it can be altered very easily and constantly. So it's not an appropriate source to be referencing in your work. Again, the other sites are just low effort sites which have often misleading or partial information, and they are much better quality alternatives for referencing information that you would have got from there. So we can look at sites like Harvard Business Review. I think it's fantastic. It covers quite a bit in terms of international business, and there is a frequent pace of publication, so you will find relatively recent publications, perhaps looking at areas which are relevant to you. It is behind a paywall, but you can access it both through Discover as well as through Newsbank. So I know it's published from within Harvard University, but it isn't peer reviewed. It is not a journal. It is I suppose you could call it an industry publication or a professional publication, but it is very credible, and it often will have very useful information on there. Similarly, the conversation is a collaboration between academics from a wide range of different universities to publish either opinion pieces which draw upon their expertise or explanations of their research for a non-academic audience. So again, it's not peer-reviewed, it's not a journal, but it contains fantastic high-quality information, and it does have quite a lot of coverage of international business topics and global investment areas. So it is something that you should absolutely look into as well. if you have to, and you almost certainly will have to discuss, for example, economic trends or relevant demographic information about your proposed new market to enter, instead of just having a general Google search and referencing whatever website comes up, explore the data websites for the World Bank, the UN, and the IMF. You'll find a really massive store of really high quality, credible and excellent data. So if you need to reference a GDP growth for your proposed new market, if you need to reference information about the population and the wealth distribution and income levels, again, you'll find such a wide range of excellent data from those data websites, and it looks excellent in your report. It looks like you've actually made the effort to go and source credible data direct from the World Bank or the UN instead of just running a generic Google search. Especially if you're discussing major, kind of social trends, or if you're getting information for your ethical section, you may want to go to news sites, which is a good idea. Just make sure you stick to relatively credible news sites. So instead of the tabloid press such as the Sun or the Daily Mail, stick to the broadsheets. So in the UK, that would be the Guardian, the Independent, the Telegraph, and the Times, as well as the Financial Times, the BBC, Sky News, Al Jazeera. These are absolutely fine in most cases as well. Obviously, exercise a bit of common sense when evaluating individual sources, because again, it may depend on what context you're using them in. But broadly speaking, they are generally credible. If you are going to use Wikipedia, then please do make sure that you actually look into the references and the citations in Wikipedia articles. So you can read through a Wikipedia article to get a quick understanding of something, but then follow it up using the citations at the bottom. Now, some of these will be excellent citations, some of them are going to be weak citations. Choose the excellent ones, follow it up, read through the article that's being linked, and sometimes Wikipedia will articles will link to journal articles as well, and then you can reference those credible citations instead that you're found through Wikipedia. So you're not referencing Wikipedia itself, you're actually using Wikipedia to find credible sources.